What the haters talking about?
What's up, family? 42-year-old comedian Fuquan Johnson was pronounced dead after an apparent overdose, according to reports. The Los Angeles-based comedian was at a party in the Venus neighborhood on Friday night and was pronounced dead shortly after midnight. Two other people were also found dead. In a post to social media, the Ha Ha Comedy Club said one of those people was comedian Enrico Congeli. The third person has not been identified. A fourth person identified as Fuquan's ex-girlfriend, model, actress, and comedian Kate Quigley is in the hospital fighting for her life. Authorities believe that Fuquan, Quigley, and others were at a party and they consumed cocaine laced with fentanyl. And fentanyl is no joke, fam. No joke at all. I mean, it's taking people out. They said that over 93,000 people overdosed in the U.S. alone last year. 93,000 overdoses. Damn. Also, they contributed most of those as a result of the surge in the use of fentanyl. Some people I heard saying, well, that's why you gotta grow your own. Grow your own cocaine, that way you know what's in it. Some people say, well, you grow your own weed, you know. When some people say, well, you should go to a legal dispensary and then get your cocaine. If you're still buying, or not cocaine, but your weed. If you're still buying weed off the streets, then you're stupid. I think it boils down to people doing whatever works for them. I mean, I think you got to be able to do what you can stand, right? It's kind of like gambling, right? When you bet, or at least you're supposed to bet money that you can stand to lose, right? So if you're going to buy street illicit drugs, then you got to be able to stand going to jail, or you got to be able to stand not knowing what's in that thing. The part that trips me out is, why are the dealers killing their customers? It don't make a lot of sense to me. I suppose that there are people out there that just don't give a damn about people and they just want to hit the lick. And they don't care how they hit the lick. They just want to hit that lick. And people are dying. I'm talking about record numbers. They're falling out. Here's another thought. You could just say no. I don't want to try to come off as high and mighty, fam, because that ain't my thing. But I can just tell you for me, the reason why I don't do drugs is because I always felt like drugs could take me there. Because I seen so many people use drugs, and I seen drugs destroy people. I seen people who appeared to have it all together. And once they got on drugs, I mean, they was just lost. I mean, it just messed them all up. And people do some strange things when they're on drugs. I didn't want to be that type of dude, I mean, people be chunking themselves bad when they get strung out on drugs. They do things that they never thought that they would ever do for drugs, like anything for that hit. And that's the thing. It's kind of similar to sex, right? Because right after you climax, then what's next? You want that same feeling again. So you're constantly chasing that feeling. I just don't trust it. And then I've seen so many people have their weed and their cocaine laced. I've seen people lose their minds. Like people just, the first time they use and somebody laced it, and now that person is getting checks from the government because they're out of their mind. And after that one time, they're no longer the person that they used to be. And they have to, I've seen people end up in nursing homes. My cousin ended up in a nursing home that way. My girl cousin. I just don't trust it. I don't trust it at all. So, man, it's cold-blooded, man. That thing. And I've seen videos. Y'all seen me cover other stories where a cop inhaled fentanyl and damn near died. He fell out. If the other cop hadn't been there to revive him, he would have been dead. I just don't understand it, fam. I do not understand with all of these ways to die. Why do people take these type of chances? Now, a lot of times, people are trying to suppress something, and you can't deny right now, people in America are going through a whole lot. It's a lot of pain in this country. It's a whole lot of suffering in this country. And people are turning to drugs to try to cope, try to get their mind off of it. So I get that part. But another part that I want everybody to get is this. Anytime you're going through something, it's important to not turn to something that's going to put you in a deeper hole. It's important to not do something that's going to add to your burden. Oftentimes when we get hurt, the first person that we hurt in return is ourselves. We'll go out and do something crazy because we're emotional about the situation, and we end up making a permanent situation out of a temporary emotion. Look at that girl, Sha'Carri Richardson. Her mom died, and I get that, fam. My mom died. So she was very emotional. To cope with it, she started smoking weed, knowing that she's a track star, knowing she's going to be tested. She broke the rules, and her career just in a few short months has descended. And she got to be very careful, like right now, to turn it around. So she ended up hurting herself even further. Me, when my mama died, to cope, I went in the studio and made a record. Got to do something. So I kind of used the studio, used writing as my therapy. And that's what we got to do. We got to find something healthy to do as opposed to something destructive. If you're inside your home, and let's say youngsters, if you're being mistreated at home, do not go out and join a gang to try to cope with that. Because the gang, you're going to put yourself in a deeper hole. You're going to dig a deeper hole by joining a gang. But we do these type of things often because we're thinking emotionally. R.I.P. Fuquan Johnson, Enrico Congili, and the unnamed deceased. Hoping that Kate Quigley pulls through. She's fighting for her life. My condolences to all involved. Man, that's a big hit, man, in one night. No more talk.
What the haters talking about?